Tell me about the movie. You're going to be playing AJ Lee.
Yes,
which is
weird,
wild,
right?
Right? In Paige's
Yeah.
movie, Fighting with My Family.
Yes.
Do you know why it got postponed?
Well, I think it was more of a timing thing. It was more like, okay, yes, we want to branch out to, outside of wrestling fans, but we know that that's going to be a big, that's going to be our audience.
Yeah.
So it's going to be close to WrestleMania. That's the perfect time to just put it
Everybody
out.
all excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. When I saw the new date, I'm like, which is supposed to be in March, right, of 2019, I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Yes.
People are going to be so excited for WrestleMania. They're going to be wanting to see this movie as a hype for it and all of that. So
Absolutely.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So for you, like, how cool was that to be part of this movie?
Oh my God, it was insane. I think what made it even crazier was that when I first, I remember texting him going, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, I think I'm just gonna quit wrestling. I was so ready to give up. Like, I was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, I'm getting told no from WWE. Like, TNA is just, no, I don't want to go back to that. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, and I remember I had just got told, because I was gonna be part of I did a audition for the Spider-Man movie. And it was going great. And then it got changed at the last minute. And I was like, no. Nothing seems to be going right. Like, what do I do? And he's like, I've been kind of working on something. Just give me a few days and we'll talk about it.
Oh, wow.
So I was watching TakeOver and I was watching Andrade. He was wrestling, I believe, who was it? I'm not sure who it was, but I remember watching his match. And then William Regal calls me. And he's like, hey, Thea, do you speak Spanish? And I was like, I mean, kind of. I'm working on it. Why?
Yeah.
And he's like, actually, I don't think it matters. I'll call you back. And he hung up. And I was like, okay. And then Dwayne called me that night. And he was like, so when he told me, I thought maybe it might have been tied together, but it wasn't. But he called me and he was like, hey, so I know that you've been down and I know, you've been thinking maybe you should give up on a few things, but I have this really great project that I'm working on and I think you'd be absolutely perfect. He said, you do not have to audition for it. I know you can do this. He's like, I feel it in my heart. You can do this part, and I'm so excited to tell you. So I'm like getting excited, and he's like, so you're gonna be playing AJ Lee, and I was like, what? Yeah, like instantly I was like, what? Like that couldn't have. I was like, that's perfect. That is perfect because I've known her for a little bit, so I've seen her work. I knew her a little bit personally, and with just our aesthetic, we're similar. So I was like, that's perfect. And then I just was speechless. I was like, wait. You're doing a movie on Paige? And I've known Paige forever. So I was like, how did this happen? He's like, listen, watch this documentary and just know that we're recreating it, but we're adding to it. But I need someone to be my Divas champion, and you are my champion. And I was like, aww. So I just started crying, and I was like, why do you do this to me all the time, man? But he is like, dude, honestly, I know that you can do this. Like, I'm not even, when, some of the, whether it was the director or whoever said, oh, are you sure? And he's like, no, guarantee you, she's my girl, she can do it. And I was just like, thank you so much. Like, I couldn't even express to him how thankful I was. I said, you're seriously going to get sick of me saying thank you, because that's all I'm going to be saying to you for, like, ever. And he's like, okay, we'll get it rolling. We'll do this. And he's like, I just need your help. We're the only wrestlers, like real wrestlers, involved in the film. So I need you to be my eyes when I'm not there. I need you to, help pick out the stunt double for Paige. He's like, work with some of the girls and just see who fits the mold better. And we'll come up with it together. He said, so not only are you going to be starring in this, but you're going to be helping.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my God. What is it?
Yeah.
And I just, I remember when I finally hung up the phone with him, I, sat on my floor in the middle of my living room, and I just started crying. Yeah, and I was like, Dad, was that you? Like, was that you? Because,
that's what I mean. Yeah,
like,
the help. Yeah.
In what universe?
Right.
But when we actually started getting ready for the film, and I was trying out a bunch of different girls, I was like, this girl, Tessa, she's a great wrestler. I can work well with her. This is who I think is going to be great. And he didn't even question it. He was like, nope, I trust you 1,000%.
That's awesome.
And we went through with it. And when it came time to actually, because I was studying AJ like crazy, to the point where even now people are like, oh, she reminds me of AJ. It's because sometimes I revert back to that. And I think it became second nature. He had to show me, he's like, you see how she does the dips in her voice? That's what we got to work on. He said, we got to pick this apart, dissect it down to the bone. Yeah. And he sat with me, and then we just went through it. And I remember we were doing training one day, and he's like, okay, cut the promo for me now. At a random, and he's like, that was great. Let's keep working at it. Let's keep doing this. And he just helped me become her, just becoming another person and getting into the mindset. He's like, you need to know why she was like this, and why did she move the way she did? Why did she use that tone? And so once I was able to get to that part, when we were at Raw, the show had just ended, and in Gorilla was Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, like everybody who I'm like,
right.
Oh my God, I was like deathly afraid. I was like, oh my God. And he's just like, you're going to kill. Like, we had a good talk before, and he's like, you're going to do amazing. He said, he's like, let's show them. He's like, you haven't gotten hired yet. Let's show them why they need you. Let's do this. He's like, let's really show them what I've seen all along.
Yeah.
And I was like, stop it. You're going to make me cry. I have my makeup done. Stop. And he's like, you're going to kill it. I know it. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. And when he hugged me, I felt like that was my dad hugging me. And I was like, okay, I can do it. And I just felt like so confident. And then up until I heard her music play, that's where I was like, ooh, oh. And they were like, wait, okay, go. And as soon as I went out, I think because people haven't heard her music in a while, they were like, it was like an explosion of emotion from the audience. And when I got out there, I felt as if it was almost as if they were comforting me. Like they were saying, you can do this. Like, we're ready for this. Yeah. We want to see this. You as AJ, we want to see this. And when I got out, it was like an instant cheer. And I've never understood when he says, oh, the audience is electrifying.
Yes.
I never understood what that meant until that moment.
Yeah.
And, I started skipping like her, and I started going around the ring, and I kissed the title, and I put it down, and I did her whole entrance in the promo. And it's funny because as I read comments about it, people who recorded in the audience, they said, okay, she was definitely using I was lip syncing. They thought I was lip syncing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, that's such a huge compliment.
Huge compliment. Huge.
So, yeah, because once I realized that she talked like this and she moved like that, it was, like people say, like, you are really scary, because that's exactly how she did it. Yeah. And it was such a fun experience. It was like working with the actress Florence, who's absolutely amazing, who really, she fell in love with our business. She was totally respectful. She didn't think that she was better at any point. She said, I'm so happy to be in the ring with you guys. Like, it was so cool because at one point we realized right before Raw started, like, oh my God, we taught her everything, but not how to pin. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Dwayne was like, all right, everybody clear the ring for a second, really quick. And he showed Florence how to pin me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting pinned by The Rock. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
right?
and he's like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, no, not done yet. Let me just soak this in a little bit more.
Right.
And then Florence had learned to pin me, and I was like, can we just? It didn't feel right. Can we just do it one more time? Can we just? Right. And but it was just such a great vibe. It was a family vibe, and it was the movie called Fighting with My Family, but we all felt like such a family.